The Golden State Warriors entered the 2017 NBA playoffs with the league's best record and most likely the team that were the biggest favorites to win the 2017 NBA championship. That might not be the case as they have to deal with a Game 7 here against the San Antonio Spurs. Our first ever presentation of a Game 7. We promised we'd bring them all to you here on WUB Network. And the Warriors and Spurs about to do battle from the Oracle Arena in a huge Game 7. The 1 seed and the 8 seed. The Spurs coming off of a 114-85 Game 6 victory where they earned 20 points and 17 rebounds from Kawhi Leonard. A huge breakout performance for him. The other guy who really had a big breakout performance, Boban Marjanovic, who scored a career-high 16 points and grabbed a career-high 14 boards in the midst of the victory. Warriors' Steph Curry has been dealing with injuries throughout the series after suffering a back injury in Game 5, in a game where he ended up just playing 12 minutes and left in the second quarter while already having 17 points. It was a game the Warriors won. They were up 2-0 in the series. Spurs came back to even it up at 2-2. Each team has alternated wins since. And now Game 7 comes into play. The Warriors and the Spurs. Game 7 from Oracle Arena. Going to start in just a moment. We'll be back on WUB Network, America's sports leader for the start, in the final presentation of the first round of the 2017 NBA playoffs.
For some, success is measured by progress. One step, then another. The journey is hard, but holds its own rewards. For others, only the destination counts. Only one measure of achievement truly matters. Indeed, history is written by the winners. The story continues. The NBA playoffs. Round 1.
Yes, indeed. Here we go. Game 7. It is deafening in Oracle, but these fans are on edge because they know the Spurs have the chance of completing one of the biggest playoff first-round upsets in NBA history and dethroning the Warriors. Spurs starting lineup, Parker and Ginobili, the veteran backcourt with Kawhi Leonard, the star of the series so far at the small forward, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Boban Marjanovic, who has really come out this series at the 5. Warriors with the Splash Bros, Curry and Thompson in the backcourt. Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, and Zaza Pachulia make up the starting lineup. Tied 3 apiece. Game 7, right here on WUB Network. Who's going to win it? Spurs and Warriors. And you remember that our next NBA presentation will be round 2. The Bulls and the Hawks Game 1 from Phillips Arena will be right here on WUB Network. And we'll also have some baseball, Cardinals and Pirates this weekend. So we are just about ready to start. Warriors and Spurs coming out on the court. Players friendly now. That won't be the case later. Pachulia, Marjanovic, the tip is up. The Spurs get it and we're underway. Greg Popovich hoping for one of the biggest wins of his coaching career as the Spurs look to knock off the top-seeded Warriors in Game 7 on the road. Marjanovic inside, out to Parker on the right wing. He pivots, trying to get around Curry, makes a nice crossover move, gets into the paint, nice pass, Aldridge out to Leonard to Ginobili. Ginobili to Parker, Parker outside, three-pointer, no good, but good ball movement from the Spurs. Remember Game 1, the other game of the series we telecasted, they did not have good ball movement, leading to a big deficit early. Kevin Durant with the ball on the left wing. He blows past the defenders into the paint, and he draws the foul while he's shooting on LaMarcus Aldridge. So Aldridge with his first foul against him early in this one, just 36 seconds in, and Kevin Durant will go to the line to shoot free throws. Warriors in white, Spurs in black, all the fans here in Golden State in yellow. As Durant's first free throw is good. All the Warriors fans wearing Go or Go Home t-shirts for Game 7. Durant swishes both, and the Warriors lead it 2-0. You can just hear something. We know the atmosphere is always big here in Golden State, especially when it's a playoff game, but the atmosphere today is just insane. Tony Parker to Ginobili on the top of the key. Ginobili to Parker. Parker jumper left side off the front of the rim. Curry with the rebound. Curry went down hard in Game 5, but has played through the injuries so far. Green sets a screen. Curry right to the basket, lays it in over former Defensive Player of the Year Kawhi Leonard. Split through the double. Leonard nearly blocked it, but Curry was able to sneak it into the basket. Warriors lead 4-0. Now Tony Parker guarded by Curry. They're dead even right wing. Now Parker to Ginobili. Ginobili top of the key at the three-point line, straight on. Klay Thompson, the other Splash brother, in his way. Out to Parker. Parker jumper is good. And the Spurs are on the board with a minute and a half gone. It's 4-2, the Warriors leading early here in Game 7. Steph Curry with the ball. Green sets a screen on Parker. Curry trying to get open. Parker on Curry. Curry calling for some movement. Thompson gets the ball on the left side. Inside Pachulia. Pachulia hook shot. Trying to draw the contact on Marjanovic. He sinks it anyway. Warriors up by 4. So here's Tony Parker with the ball. Parker guarded by Curry. Parker trying to dribble in on Pachulia. Nice spin move. Out to Marjanovic. Lay in. Too strong. Curry with the rebound. Curry snuck in there for his second board of the game. Now to Thompson on the left side. He had a big game in Game 5, the last Warrior victory. Thompson guarded by Leonard. Thompson goes back, shoots one from right behind the free throw line. Money for Klay, and the Warriors are up 8-2 with 9:35 to go in the first. Early on, the Warriors are jumping out early. Here's Manu Ginobili guarded by Klay Thompson. Out to LaMarcus Aldridge on the left side. Aldridge to Marjanovic, top of the key. Marjanovic tries to pivot away from Pachulia. Not successful. Gets it out to Parker. Parker on the right side. Dribbles on the baseline. Hook shot inside. Rolls around. No good. Curry with another rebound. Curry pushing it up the floor. 4-on-3 break. Durant slows it down. Now Durant tries to get to the paint. He's trapped. Out to Thompson left side. That's a three-pointer from the corner. No chance. Aldridge the rebound. Here comes Tony Parker. And they're going to say that was a 2 he took. Aldridge thinks about a 3. Decides against it. He hit one, I remember, in Game 1. He hit another one back in Game 6.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio.
You can hear it. The chances. Aldridge gets into the paint and lays it in. Warriors up 8-4. So the Spurs cut it to 4 with 8:39 left in the first. Spurs just 2 of 6 from the field in the early going. Warriors shooting a stealthy 75%, 3 for 4. Curry guarded by Parker. Now it's Kevin Durant on the top of the key. Durant back to the Oracle Arena logo. Now he tries to push it on the right side. Durant right to the basket, just outside the paint. Makes a nice crossover move on Leonard. Gets inside Pachulia. Pachulia pushes his way in, but cannot convert the layup as it goes off the back iron. Parker grabs his first rebound. Now he's got the ball. He's just 1 for 4 so far. Leonard out to Ginobili, top of the key. Ginobili pivots, guarded by Durant. Aldridge sets a screen. Ginobili runs the left side. Over Draymond Green. Layup is good, and the contact. No foul. And the Spurs cut it to 2. 4 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Now here comes Steph Curry, trying to extend their lead. Ginobili had a big game, 20 points in Game 6. Curry guarded by Marjanovic and Parker. Curry to Draymond Green on the left side. Back Curry. Curry drives to the paint. Layup blocked by Marjanovic, but Julia gets it back and he converts. But that was a vicious swat by Marjanovic right into the hands of Zaza. Boban Marjanovic is really coming into himself in this series. He is going to be a very valuable piece to the Spurs team in the future. Having him and Aldridge as bigs, this team has a lot in their future. As Parker puts up a shot, it's off balance and the layup's no good. Curry the rebound. How about that? Steph Curry, 2 incredible stats. Parker's 1 of 5 and we're only 5 minutes into this game. Curry has grabbed 4 rebounds. And you'd think he might not be messing around in there with that back injury he suffered in Game 5, but Curry is willing to mix it up in there to put his body first, put his team first rather than his body. Kevin Durant trying to get to the paint, just 5 to shoot. Draymond Green over Leonard, shot no good. Leonard with the defensive effort. Those are 2 of the great defenders in basketball going up against each other there. Ginobili inside on the pass break. Now Green stuffs Leonard at the basket. Not a block, but he stopped Leonard from a good shot. Now back the other way. Durant inside. Thompson layup is good. And the Warriors are back up 6. Thompson fell down, but he's just fine. He took a nice shot there. Refs not really calling fouls, just one so far in a highly aggressive start. 6.5 to go in the first. Warriors up 12-6. Tony Parker guarded by Steph Curry on the left side. Parker spins away. Ginobili top of the key. Ginobili to Leonard, back Ginobili. Out to Parker right side, just 3 to shoot. Parker spins, and it's stolen by Steph Curry, and here comes Curry back the other way. 3-on-2 break. Curry inside, Durant drives to the basket, lays it in with the Euro step. And the Warriors are up by 8. 60% from the field early for the Warriors. That's just what they want to get out to a hot start here in Game 7 and not have to worry too much. Leonard in the corner, guarded by Kevin Durant. Leonard drives out to the opposite corner. It's Parker open for the left from just in front of the three-point line. He sinks it. Leonard with the assist, and Steve Kerr wants to talk it over. 5:48 left in the first. Warriors leading at 14-8 here on Game 7 of the Western Conference first round. We'll be back on WUB Network. Remember, this Sunday, do not miss the Auto Club 400 from Fontana, California, the 7th race in the NASCAR Progressive Cup Series season. It should be an exciting game, an exciting race, the third of 4 on the West Coast swing. As last week, Kevin Harvick got the victory at Phoenix. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. Check it out Sunday afternoon right here on WUB Network. So some changes under the stoppage for both teams. For the Spurs, David Lee comes in at the 5 to replace Marjanovic. And Arcidiacono, Ricky Arcidiacono, the rookie out of Villanova, getting a lot of playing time this postseason. He will come in for Ginobili. Also another important statistic, Patty Mills, who missed the last few games of the season with a hamstring strain in the beginning of the playoffs, he is back now. And he is back playing, which is definitely a great asset for this team to have another strong player off that bench. Warriors swap bigs, as Dwayne Dedman will come in and replace Zaza Pachulia, that platoon 5 the Warriors have, which makes them so difficult to defend on the inside. When you've got all their outside shooters plus good inside presence. Thompson double-teamed. Green gets the ball on the left side, double-team off. Green guarded by Aldridge, 8 to shoot. Green calling for someone else to come. Thompson's got the ball, but it's back at the three-point line, just 4 to shoot. Arcidiacono playing tight defense. Thompson gets to the basket, though. Shot no good. David Lee the rebound. Here comes Ricky Arcidiacono, the rookie. Arcidiacono to Tony Parker. Parker dribbles left towards the middle. Between the circles, Tony Parker holds the ball. He gets it LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge jumper from 12, too strong off the back iron. Draymond Green the rebound. Here comes KD the other way. Durant trying to push past Leonard. 5 minutes left in the first. Curry a 3. Not that time. David Lee the rebound, and here comes Arcidiacono back the other way for the Spurs, pushing it. Arcidiacono to Tony Parker. Parker guarded by Curry. It's a one-on-one matchup between the 2-point guards. Lee sets a screen. Draymond Green comes to defend him. Now Parker guarded by Curry. Free throw line, 8 to shoot. Out to Leonard right side. Leonard steps back, comes back in, pushing it on the baseline into the paint. Shot over Durant is good. He pushed his way from the three-point line all the way into the paint to get a quality shot. That shows how strong and what a great asset having Kawhi Leonard in your lineup is. Remember, he had 20 and 17 boards in Game 6. One of the reasons why the Spurs forced this Game 7. Kevin Durant kicks to Klay Thompson. Dedman sets a screen, and that allows Thompson to push right through and throw down the monster one-handed slam. Thompson with 6. He's 3 of 5 from the field. Warriors lead at 16-10 with just over 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Tony Parker guarded by Curry. Parker tries to go left. Behind him, it's Kawhi Leonard. Leonard double-teamed by Durant and Curry, the big two. Tony Parker with the ball. Parker Leonard inside. It's LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge tries to back in on Green. Hook shot over him from the left side. No. David Lee with the rebound, and a foul is called on Klay Thompson, and Lee will shoot free throws. Thompson's first, the Warriors' first foul of the game, as both teams have a whole bunch of players going to the scorer's table. It looks like we'll have some major substitutions after David Lee shoots his first free throw. You can hear them trying to get him to miss, and he does. And a lot of substitutions right here. We're just, to make this easier, just go through who the new groups are out there, because I believe 8 of the 10 7 of the 10 players that were in just went to the bench. Spurs now have Ricky Arcidiacono at the point. As remember, Horace Red had that big game in Game 1. They decided to move him off the active roster to make room for Arcidiacono. For Patty Mills. It was either going to be him or Steve Blake. In Game 1, in the first couple games of the series, Horace Red would have come in at this spot. He didn't this time because he's not on the active roster. So Arcidiacono, Danny Green, Kyle Anderson at the 3, then David Lee, and at the 5, Bernard James, who had some nice plays in the first few games of the series, but has quieted down the last couple. Warriors now going with their bench: Sean Livingston, Andre Iguodala, Patrick McCaw, Kevon Looney, and Dwayne Dedmon at the 5. Warriors will try to get Lee to miss both. He does sink the second to make it a 5-point game, 16-11 Warriors, 3:48 left in the first. And up comes Sean Livingston with the ball. Livingston dribbles right. Dedmon tries to set a screen. Now Livingston to the paint out to Looney on the right side. Looney drives in and lays it in gracefully on a little floater. Looney on the runner gets it to go for his first bucket. Warriors now lead by 7. Biggest lead of the game. Anderson outside from Arcidiacono. Anderson feeds to David Lee. David Lee backs in. Hook shot is good. And David Lee gets the nice hook shot to go over the tough defender Kevon Looney. And he got it to go courtesy of Kyle Anderson, who dished that one to him. Sean Livingston with the ball, taking it across the timeline for the Warriors. Livingston out to Dedmon. Three-pointer, thinks about it. I don't know why you'd think about taking that. The rookie, Patrick McCaw, guarded by the other rookie, Arcidiacono. Arcidiacono switches to Livingston, who gets the ball. Straight on at the three-point line, back to McCaw. McCaw makes a nice spin move. 5 to shoot. McCaw trapped out to Iguodala. Iguodala throws up a 3 as the shot clock expires. They'll say his foot was on the line, so it's just a 2 for Andre Iguodala, but he sinks it anyway, and the Warriors are up 20-13. Nice swish from Iggy. He needs to have a big game off the bench today. Lee tries another hook shot. That one bounces up in the air, does not go. Kevon Looney and the rebound. That ball was in the air for a while. A lot of players got over there for the rebound. Looney secured it. Now it's Andre Iguodala inside, out to McCaw on the left side. McCaw stuck in the corner, guarded by Anderson. He's going to get forced out of bounds. Spurs take over with 2:17 to go, and the Warriors will take out Dwayne Dedmon and let Greg Stiesma finish out the quarter at the 5. So all 3 centers have been utilized in this first quarter by Steve Kerr. It's good to get them all equal rest and equal playing time. It really throws off an offense and a defense, having all these different post presences. Now Danny Green with the ball on the left side. Danny Green guarded by Dedmon. Now it's David Lee. David Lee puts up a shot in and out. Andre Iguodala the rebound. Iguodala pushing it. Iguodala driving on the right side, throws it out, but that was a horrible pass. He threw out to the left corner, but nobody was there on the running pass, and it'll go out of bounds, and the Spurs take over, forcing back-to-back turnovers for Golden State. As Bernard James throws it in to Arcidiacono with 1:48 to go in the first. Arcidiacono to Anderson outside. Anderson pump fakes. Now Bernard James pump fakes on a straight-on 3. Kicks out to Arcidiacono on the left side. Arcidiacono with just 10 to shoot, not making any sort of moves. Now he pivots. Still Livingston in his face. Just down to 5 now on the shot clock. Arcidiacono inside Lee. Lee throws one up. Shot clock expires. Fadeaway is good. Lee has scored the last 5 for the Spurs. He's got 5 overall. It's 20-15. Spurs hanging with the Warriors, down only 5 with 1:15 to go. Warriors still shooting 60% for the game, 9 of 15. Spurs so far a 7 of 17 mark. Iguodala fakes the three-pointer out to Livingston on the right side. Now back Iguodala. This time he will fire away from long range and sink it. Andre Iguodala with 5, and the Warriors are up by 8 with a minute to go in the first. And now Greg Popovich wants to talk it over. He calls his first time out of the game. 57 seconds left in the first. Spurs trailing by 8 here in Game 7. We'll be back. So remember, this weekend, our next telecast of any sort of sports on here will be Cardinals and Pirates, Monster Energy Saturday Afternoon Baseball, our 4th edition. Get ready for that. Before we start the second round with the Bulls and the Hawks, that should be an exciting one as well. As Bernard James will throw it in. 56.7. He throws it in from the sidelines on the right side. Arcidiacono gets it. Now he fires Danny Green left side. Danny Green guarded by McCaw. Dribbles behind the back. Gets it out. Kyle Anderson left side 10 to shoot. Anderson drifts all the way back to the three-point line. James doubled. He pushes past Stiesma. Behind him, it's Arcidiacono. Arcidiacono thinks about a three. Makes a nice move. Shot, though, he can't convert. He faked out Livingston. Looked like he was going to go right. He stopped, got some room, stopped and popped, but he just couldn't get it to swish. Iguodala with the ball. 12 seconds separates shot and Gamecock. Iguodala out to McCaw. 22 seconds. 10 on the shot clock. Out of bounds. McCaw. Spurs take over. McCaw allows himself to get forced out of bounds. This time by Danny Green. And another Warrior turnover. They've lost the ball 3 times in the last 3 minutes. Shot clock off. 20 seconds. Danny Green taking it up the floor. Arcidiacono with it. No need to hustle if you're on the San Antonio Spurs. Greg Popovich shouting directions from his sideline. David Lee with the ball up top. Back it's Arcidiacono. Arcidiacono left side, 5 seconds. Arcidiacono dribbles in. Tries to throw it up at the buzzer. Underhanded lay-in. Rolls around the front of the rim. No good. So the Spurs hanging with the Warriors. Warriors haven't scored that much in the first quarter. Yet the Spurs are looking pretty good. It's 23-15. Warriors lead it. We'll be back. Welcome back to Game 7 from Oracle. As we said, the environment here is electric. The crowd is going crazy as they try to hope that their Golden State Warriors, the top seeds in the West, do not get upset. The winner of this series plays the Utah Jazz in the second round with a series starting on Monday. And the winner of that series will play the winner of Clippers-Rockets in the Western Conference Finals. The East, we already know, is going to be Bulls-Hawks. And Cavs Heat are the 2 series. So let's just go through the groups that are out there. Spurs going with Patty Mills in, who we did not get to see in Game 1, who was still out with injury. Ricky Arcidiacono, Kyle Anderson, David Lee, who's had a good start, and Marjanovic comes back in at the 5 as a big post presence. He opposes the Warriors' post presence of Greg Stiesma, who's in. Then you got Kevon Looney. Andre Iguodala's been stroking it early with DeLone Wright and Sean Livingston rounding out who's out there. As the Warriors will start with the ball, Stiesma feeds to Livingston, and we're underway here in the second quarter. Livingston with the ball. He crosses over, dribbles left, now out. Kevon Looney, top of the key, inside at Stiesma. Stiesma swatted away by Marjanovic, who tipped it up in the air. Iguodala got it back, and now it's out to Stiesma in the corner. Now back Iguodala right side. Iguodala pushes to the paint. He's at the elbow. Now behind him, DeLone Wright, three-point line. Final second on the shot clock. Marjanovic with another swat. 2 swats on that possession from Boban Marjanovic. He's already knocked away 3. Now here comes Kyle Anderson. Anderson drives to the paint, slows it down. Patty Mills gets the ball. 3-pointer, too strong. Kevon Looney the rebound. Here comes Sean Livingston. Livingston was starting to fast break, but realized he didn't have anyone else coming with him. He slows it down. Never mind, he goes all by himself to the basket around the defense. Warriors lead by 10. It's 25-15. Now here's Patty Mills with the ball. Spurs just 15 points so far on the board. Arcidiacono throws and went up. Free throw line, a little more, straight on, and he sinks it. The rookie Arcidiacono with his first bucket. And it's 25-17. Spurs trail by 8. A minute gone in the second quarter. Now here's DeLone Wright with the ball. DeLone Wright guarded by Patty Mills. Patty Mills, the short point guard, battling it out here behind the three-point line. Wright with just 10 to shoot. He needs to find someone or find an opening for himself. Right back, it's Iguodala. Iguodala, a 3, too strong. Marjanovic pulls it down. Now here comes Ricky Arcidiacono running the floor. Archie the other way. Looney ends up on him. That's a mismatch. But that'll leave Kyle Anderson wide open in the corner. Shot from 18, no. Stiesma the rebound. Here comes Sean Livingston right back the other way. They're hustling on the break. Kevon Looney slows it down at the free throw line. Now back Livingston. Looney top of the key between the circles. Looney out to DeLone Wright on the right side. Wright makes a nice step back move on Arcidiacono, but he can't hit the jumper from right of the basket. Rebound Marjanovic. Here comes Arcidiacono. Arcidiacono off balance. Runner does not go. Iguodala the rebound. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Warriors up 8. Neither team's been stroking it as well as they did in the first here as we've started the second quarter of play. Iguodala to DeLone Wright. Right out to Looney. Looney tries to get into the paint. Just 2 to shoot. Looney to the basket, lays it in over Marjanovic. Marjanovic nearly sent back his fourth, but he couldn't there, and now Greg Popovich wants to talk it over. He's having severe offensive issues, just 17 points for the Spurs, and there's only 9:36 left before the break. The Warriors leading at 27-17 on Game 7 here on WUB Network, America's sports leader. Greg Popovich does not look too happy at all on the sidelines. The four-time NBA champion coach looking for number 5 came into the playoffs as an 8 seed. As we'll just review what happened this season with Greg Popovich's team as they go through the timeout. The Spurs had a horrible start. They were only, I believe, 7-13. Then they went on this crazy run where they went 21-3. It was the winter swing, which they've been prone to before. Right around December 10th, they kicked in. And from December 10th all the way to a little past Martin Luther King Day, they lost 3 games. Then they were about 500 the rest of the way until the last week of the season, when they were the 6th seed. The Phoenix Suns nailed off 4 out of 5. The Spurs lost 4 out of 5 and ended up falling to the 8th seed, allowing the Dallas Mavericks to pass by and grab the number 6 seed to get to play the Rockets. And then that also allowed the Phoenix Suns, who weren't even in the playoffs till the last game of the season. The last game of the season, they had a chance of not even making the playoffs. Not only did they get in, they ended up getting the 7th seed and knocking the Spurs back to play the Warriors. But you know what? Maybe it's for the best, as the Spurs now have a chance to win and get in to the second round, while the Suns were eliminated in 5 by Lob City. However, though, in this particular game, the Spurs having some issues now, trailing by 10 with 9:36 to go. So we just look at the groups that are out there, both teams making a lot of switches. The only starter out of the 10 starters in this game who is not in now, Marjanovic, went to the bench. As the Spurs go with a smaller lineup, Parker, Patty Mills, Ginobili, Kawhi Leonard, and LaMarcus Aldridge, while the Warriors send out Curry, Thompson, Durant, Green, and Pachulia, their starters. So as we said, Boban Marjanovic is the lone starter in there right now. As we'll see what happens right here as they come out of the timeout. With the starters revamped, refreshed, back in probably for the final 9.5 minutes of the second quarter. Tony Parker, who's not been efficient shooting the ball, which he has been most games of the series, but the last 2 in particular have been terrible, Game 6 and today. Parker just 1 for 5 so far, as Patty Mills out to Ginobili. Ginobili tries his luck from long range. No, but Aldridge there to clean up the mess with the slam. The putback jam by LaMarcus Aldridge, who flew in there, and just like that, the Spurs cut it to an 8-point game. What a play by LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge just absolutely flew in there. I mean, seriously, he just absolutely flew in there, and he just made an absolutely beautiful play. That shot was not going. Ginobili had a hand in his face. That was a difficult shot, but it's always good if you're gonna miss. If you got someone there who can clean up the mess, and that is exactly what LaMarcus Aldridge just did. That could be a momentum shifter. As Steph Curry takes it back the other way, the Warriors were not happy about how LaMarcus Aldridge celebrated that slam. As Steph Curry with the ball makes a nice move on Parker to the basket. That is why Steph Curry is still one of the best in the NBA. Makes a crazy crossover move right there on Tony Parker and gets past 3 to sprint down the left side for the lay-in. 10-point game again. Now Tony Parker guarded by Steph Curry. Parker guarded by Curry. Inside it's LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge bounce pass out to Leonard. Leonard to Aldridge. Aldridge outlet to Kawhi Leonard. Now Ginobili. Ginobili tries again from long range. This time he nails it. Manu with 5, his first 3-point successful of the game. 29-22, the Warriors leading by 7 with 8:20 to go in the second quarter. Here's Steph Curry guarded by Tony Parker. Curry dishes to his splash brother counterpart, Klay Thompson. Thompson can't splash that one. Rebound goes all the way out to Kawhi Leonard. Now here comes Manu Ginobili back the other way for the Spurs. Manu out to Tony Parker. Back to Ginobili, who will try to attack. Now he backs out to the three-point line, left of the basket. 10 to shoot. Ginobili to LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge to Leonard. Leonard out to Patty Mills. Mills makes a nice one crossover, a second one, and he hits it over Klay Thompson from 20. Patty Mills off the bench is producing. That's his first bucket, and the Warrior lead has been cut to 5 with 7:33 left in the second. Warriors need to do something big offensively. Steph Curry's that type of playmaker. He's guarded by Tony Parker, though, and that's not going to give him any room to shoot. Just 10 to shoot. Curry out to Durant. Durant way back there between the circles. Now Durant trying to get into the paint. 2 to shoot. Durant puts one up. A lay-in is good just as the shot clock expires and goes to zeros. Kevin Durant gets it. Warriors, this is not usually their type of game. 22 of their 31 have come from inside the paint. You'd think of that usually from three-pointers. They're taking a lot of high-percentage shots. I'm shocked neither Curry nor Thompson are really throwing them up from long range. 31-24. Durant looking good. Now Kawhi Leonard, pump fakes. Mills out to Ginobili, just 3 to shoot now for the Spurs. Ginobili's spin move, shot clock expires. No, Aldridge with the rebound, he can't hit. Green the defensive effort. Here comes Klay Thompson back the other way. Klay out to Durant on the right side. Durant behind the three-point line. 6.5 to go in the second. Durant guarded. He goes right to the basket and lays it in again. Nobody is stopping Kevin Durant. He's now got 8, and the Warriors lead by 9. Now here comes Patty Mills back the other way for San Antonio. Mills out to Ginobili. Ginobili to Aldridge, back Manu. Manu gets open this time. Three-pointer off the back iron, no good. Zaza Pachulia gets his body in there for the board. Here comes Steph Curry. Curry makes a nice move. Oh, what a move by Curry to the basket, but he cannot convert the lay-in. It was a Euro step and a midair move, but he could not convert it as Ginobili was in the way. And now Manu with the ball, trying to produce now an offensive end. Just past halfway here in the second quarter. Tony Parker with it. Behind him, Ginobili. Now it's Patty Mills. Just 5 to shoot for Patty. Back to Ginobili. Ginobili free throw line. Behind him, Parker. Parker three-pointer. Yes, nails it as the shot clock sounds. Parker with his first 3. He's hit his last 2 shots, and it's 33-27, the Warriors lead with 5:31 left in the second, and Steve Kerr wants to have a conversation with his crew. So we'll see if either of the teams make any changes during this stoppage. Does not appear they will, but Marjanovic remains on the San Antonio bench. No, actually, it looks like Steve Blake is going to come in for Patty Mills. So Steve Blake, the last of the 24 between the two teams who had not appeared yet in the game. Now Steve Blake gets in there, the veteran, who's been around now for 14 seasons since being drafted in the second round by Washington. One of the most productive second-round picks in their rookie seasons that we've ever seen. And then he had his good years with Portland. Never got to that All-Star game. But he's been on some near championship winning teams, and this year is no different. As the Warriors will get to throw it in on the inbound, 20 on the shot clock, 5:31 on the game clock before we head to the halftime break. Throwing it goes to Curry. Curry out to Thompson. Thompson tries a 3 of his own. Splash. Klay Thompson hits from deep. The Warriors have not been doing that today. In fact, that is only their second three-pointer made of the game. Andre Iguodala has the other. Thompson now with 9. That leads the Warriors, and the Warriors lead by 9, 36-27. Here comes Ginobili, guarded by Kevin Durant. Ginobili to LaMarcus Aldridge, right of him. Aldridge behind the three-point line. The two bigs, Aldridge and Pachulia out there. Leonard fakes the 3. Parker sets his feet. Inside, it's Aldridge. Aldridge, nobody near him. He lays it in gracefully. The pace starting to pick up over the past couple minutes. Aldridge having a solid game. 3 of 6 from the field, 6 points, 4 boards from the Portland Trailblazer. Now here's Klay Thompson. Thompson with it. Guarded by Steve Blake. Out to Curry. Curry gets room. Right side. rattles the banker from about 19. Steph Curry hits that one. Warriors lead by 9. And here comes Steve Blake back the other way. 4.5 to go in the second. They got Steve Blake manning the point guard duties right now with Tony Parker being on his game shooting. Parker stranded in the left corner. And now Parker makes a nice move on Pachulia. Behind him, it's Kawhi Leonard, 8 to shoot. Leonard to Ginobili. Ginobili steps in, blocked by Durant. Draymond Green comes up with it. 1v1, it's Thompson versus Blake. Klay Thompson will easily win that battle. Warriors lead 40-29 with 4:06 to go in the second quarter. Spurs need to slow down this run somehow, or they could be out of the loop here in Game 7, and a must-win for both of these teams. Tony Parker guarded by Curry. Parker to the basket. A lot of contact, and Green swats it away. Now here comes Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson with the ball, top of the key. Thompson trying to make a move on Steve Blake. Backs away. Fadeaway jumper from a little bit past the free throw line. It is good, and the Warriors now lead by 13. Popovich, I know he's called a couple timeouts. He's going to need another one very soon. With 3.5 to go in the second, the Spurs are falling into a tailspin here late in the second quarter. Ginobili guarded by Durant. Inside, draws the foul, and one. Ginobili hits the lay-in and takes a big shot from Draymond Green on the way. As a change for the Warriors, Dwayne Dedmon will replace Zaza Pachulia as Ginobili goes to the line for the and one. So just what I was talking about, the Spurs having some issues and being in a tailspin, a momentum-shifting shot, and if Ginobili can hit this free throw, which he does, the momentum has been shifted even more, and just like that, it's back to 10. And a manageable deficit for the Spurs with 3:18 to go in the second. Kevin Durant with the ball, guarded by Manu Ginobili. Durant calling for a screen. Curry ends up getting the ball. Curry guarded by Tony Parker, 8 to shoot. That was a give-and-go work. Now Durant's open, and a personal foul is called as Durant switches it, and Durant gets shaken up. Oh, and Ginobili, they're both shaken up. What the heck just happened there? It looks like they're going to call Ginobili for the foul. I don't know what just happened to Kevin Durant. After the fact, he got taken out, and now Durant is hobbling. There was a lot of contact on this play. It seems Ginobili tried to push his way past Dwayne Dedmon. He ends up knocking Dedmon down. That's a foul. And as Ginobili comes down, Durant ends up losing his balance and falls into the first row of the seats. I mean, that was a very vicious play from Ginobili. He just took out Dwayne Dedmon. He needed a lot of strength. Dedmon's almost a foot taller than him. And definitely a much bigger body size and a much younger body size. Ginobili tries to push past him to get to an open Durant. Durant switched the shot, but it was after the foul called. I feel like as Ginobili went down, he ended up tripping Durant along the way. So both Durant and Ginobili getting up gingerly after that. And Durant was looking at his ankle, and it looks like Durant's okay. But now they're checking on Manu on the other side, as Manu started hobbling around. So we're just going to watch this replay one more time. Just to see the whole turn of events here. Durant got away from Ginobili, made a nice crossover move. Ginobili had to fight through Dedmon to get to the ball, and he ends up taking out Dedmon, Durant, and himself. Dedmon's just fine, even though Dedmon probably took the biggest shot out of everybody right there. Durant took a little shot to the ankle, and the Warriors cannot be playing with banged-up players, because even if things are looking like they got a good chance to win tonight, but you still got 3 more series they're going to have to play if they want to get in, including a very stingy Jazz team. And we already know Steph Curry's playing with injuries, and now if Kevin Durant's a little shaken up, this could be trouble brewing for the Warriors, but it looks like Durant is all right. Manu Ginobili is not going to the locker room, but he is going to go to the bench as he is hobbling his way over to the bench, as Bernard James will come into the game, and everyone shifts down a spot as James moves to the 5. Warriors stay with the same 5 with 3:05 to go here in the second. So a very odd play as Kevin Durant got open in the left corner to shoot a mid-range jumper. And Manu Ginobili had gotten away from him, and Ginobili tried to push through. He ends up shoving through Dwayne Dedmon, knocking Dedmon over and himself, getting called for the foul, so the shot didn't count. Warriors are going to have an inbound right here. And as Ginobili fell, Durant's legs got taken out from under him, most notably his right leg, and Durant ended up tripping into the first row at the seats, made sure the fan was okay, and then got up relatively gingerly and walking gingerly on that right ankle. He looked a little shaken up. Ginobili also hobbling around, and that's why Ginobili has now gone to the bench, and the trainers are looking at him on the bench. He'll definitely be done for the first half. We'll see if he comes back in this game. So big trouble for both teams in that play. Durant, though, looks all right, and it looks like he's ready. Kawhi Leonard now guarding him as Dwayne Dedmon will throw it in with 14 to shoot. Dedmon gets it into Draymond Green. Green fires it over to Kevin Durant. Durant passes it back to Draymond Green. 5 to shoot. Green gets into the paint. Back Durant. Durant pivots. Shot over Leonard. Swish. Sporting his mid-range G's. Very similar spot that his last shot, that crazy incident with Ginobili was. 10 points on 4 of 4 shooting for Durant. He's also got a pair of boards and a block, and the Warriors lead by a dozen. 2.5 to go in the quarter. Parker makes a nice move on Curry, but Curry gets right back on the right side. Parker fires inside. It's Bernard James. Reverse lay-in, no. James gets his own rebound, and he misses again, and this time Dwayne Dedmon grabs the board. Steph Curry coming back the other way for the Warriors. Back behind him, it's Kevin Durant. Durant makes a nice move. Durant to the paint. Nice shot, and he gets it to go on the little hop back. Durant 5 for 5 with 12, and the Warriors lead by 14. 2:02 to go here in the second quarter. Feels like the two games that we've done here in this series, here in WUB, the Warriors are jumping out early to leads. That has not been the case in any other game this series. They've had to fight, even the ones they have won, as Steve Blake misses from downtown. Green the rebound. Here comes Curry. And then they got blown away 43-15 in the first quarter of game number 3. Game number 4, a game they lost 138-94. And they were down 70-39 at halftime. As Thompson gets the ball, he can't hit from long range in the left corner. Kawhi Leonard the rebound. Leonard running it up all by himself across the timeline. Now he's got it left of the basket by the three-point line. Steps back. Sets his feet. A 3 is no good. Dwayne Dedmon the rebound. Now here comes Steph Curry. 1:20 to go here before the halftime break. Curry dribbles left. Puts up a shot, and he sinks it. And the Warriors lead by 16. Fans are getting hopeful and happy here in Oracle. Now here comes Tony Parker back the other way for San Antonio. Parker out to Kawhi Leonard in the left corner. Leonard trying to back in on KD. Leonard backs out. Now he pushes back in. Under a minute to go. 7 to shoot. Leonard inside. It's Bernard James. Layup. Another. No, that's actually going to roll in. That was off the back iron. Bounced in the air. Rolled around twice and went in. James with a lucky bounce right there. As Bernard James on the board. He's had a couple really poor looking shots early in this one. Durant guarded by Kawhi Leonard. Durant does look okay after that issue. And Manu Ginobili has taken an early trip down to the locker room. Thompson guarded by Steve Blake. Bounce pass behind him. It's Durant, 4 to shoot. Durant trying to get around Leonard. Is just going to throw one up, and he did not get it off in time, although he did sinking it off the high glass. As a change for both teams, in fact, Patrick McCaw has come in for Draymond Green for the Warriors. Danny Green is going to come in for the Spurs to replace Steve Blake. Everyone else remains in for the final 25.8. But a big update, Manu Ginobili has gone to the locker room after landing awkwardly when he made that contact with Dwayne Dedmon and ultimately ended up taking out Kevin Durant as well. Durant looks okay out there. Dedmon was just fine afterwards. Durant did get up gingerly after falling into the first row of the seats. Ginobili, though, not as fortunate. Ginobili's been a big factor in the Spurs hanging in this series. So it'd be a really tough blow if they can't have him for the rest of the second half, being they're already down 14. 2 seconds separate shot and game clock. 10 on the shot clock, 12 on the game clock. Parker behind the back. It's Kawhi Leonard. Leonard at the top of the key. Leonard pushes into the free throw line. Leonard makes a nice move over Patrick McCaw. No, Durant the steal, and Durant will just dribble it out, and that will end the first half. So at halftime in Game 7, the Warriors leading at Oracle by 14, 48-34. Let's send it to Matt Swayze for the halftime report. Thanks, Eddie, and welcome to the Kia halftime report, as we'll just give you an update on what has happened in this one. Game 7, final game overall in the NBA first round of the 2017 playoffs. The Warriors, nobody thought they'd have to deal with a Game 7 in this series. However, they do. And right now, they do have the advantage, up 14, 48-34. It's been a wild game for both sides. Warriors have mainly been getting their scoring from their main three guys. In fact, 33 of their 48 have come from the big three, Thompson, Durant, and Steph Curry. Durant is 5 for 5, Curry 4 for 7 without a three-pointer. The Spurs, on the other hand, are having some good performances. Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, though, leads their scoring, 8 points, 3 assists. We really don't have an update. He was sent to the locker room at halftime, so it'll be interesting to see if he's back out on the court after that crazy fall play with about 3 minutes left in the second quarter. But the Warriors are in control right now. 2 more good quarters, and they'll be getting ready to play Utah and play some games in Salt Lake City in the second round. Thanks for joining us on the Kia Halftime Report. I'm Matt Swayze. We'll send it back out to Eddie Kalegi in just a moment for the start of the second half. Second half set to begin here. In Game 7, Warriors and Spurs from the Oracle Arena, and the Warriors right now have a 14-point advantage. It's 48-34. The groups out there, you would have guessed it's the starting lineup for both teams as we get the second half going. The Spurs going with Parker and Ginobili. The two veterans have looked good in the backcourt for San Antonio. Kawhi Leonard's had a slow start. Then it's Aldridge and Boban Marjanovic, the big boy at the 5. The Warriors with the Splash Brothers, Durant, Green, and Pachulia. Now let's get going. Warriors will start with the ball. Pachulia throws it into Durant, and we're back underway here in Game 7. Kevin Durant with the ball. He's guarded by Kawhi Leonard. Pachulia sets a screen. Durant dribbles right. He's guarded by Leonard. Durant makes a nice spin move. Now trying to back in on Leonard. Posts him up. Spin fade away from 9 from the side. It's good. And the Warriors are up to the 5-0 mark as Kevin Durant hits it. It's 50-34. Spurs with their first possession now out of the break, and Tony Parker's got the ball between the circles right of the basket. Steph Curry's in his way. He finds Ginobili on the left side. Ginobili dribbles in. Ginobili crossover, back Parker, top of the keys, wide open. Curry comes in to defend. 6 to shoot. Parker makes a nice move. Now spinning on Curry. Behind him it's Ginobili. Ginobili's got to throw one up, three-point line over Thompson as the shot clock expires. Shot rushed. Nothing going there. Draymond Green the rebound. Here comes Kevin Durant. Durant with the ball. Durant dribbles right. Now Durant out to Green. Green dribbles to the top of the key. Now Durant. Durant out to Thompson in the corner. Thompson puts one up, and he sinks the long bomb from the right corner. Klay Thompson with 16, 7 of 12 from the field. He's really carrying the Warriors here in Game 7, and the Dubs are up by 19 as Manu Ginobili's got the ball. Ginobili's guarded by Klay Thompson inside Marjanovic, behind him Manu. Manu to Tony Parker, top of the key. Parker guarded by Steph Curry, not an inch of room. Parker now makes a nice post move, dribbles into the paint straight up on Durant, pushes through past the Warriors' two best, Durant and Curry, and Parker makes a nice move, and he's got 9 now. Spurs on the board here in the second half with 10:15 to go in the third. Klay Thompson guarded by Tony Parker and Ginobili. It's a double team. Parker goes over to cover Curry. Thompson still guarded tightly by Ginobili. He tries to get to the free throw line, now backing in. Fadeaway shot similar to Durant's, but this one misses. Boban Marjanovic corrals the miss. Tony Parker the other way. 2 minutes gone in the third. Warriors up 17. Both teams have gotten on the board. Tony Parker to LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge guarded by Draymond Green. Aldridge tries to back in. Nice behind-the-back pass to Leonard, who curls around out to Ginobili left wing. Ginobili inside Leonard. Leonard at the free throw line. Backs in. One-footed fadeaway, no good. Zaza Pachulia the rebound. Here comes Klay Thompson back the other way for the Warriors. Thompson with it, picked up by Ginobili out to Durant on the right side. Durant now dribbles all the way around the three-point line towards the middle. He's guarded by Parker straight on, right at the three-point line, 5 to shoot. Durant dribbles, bounce pass to Curry on the right side. Curry puts up the off-balance jumper from 19. From the weak side, Curry hits it anyway, and the Warriors are up by 19, 55-36 with 9:09 to go in the third. Greg Popovich wants to talk it over, so we'll take a little break. We'll be back. So it is official, our next presentation here on WUB Network will be the NBA first. Before we do Monster Energy Saturday afternoon baseball, it's not going to be Cardinals Pirates the way things work out. We're not going to end up doing the St. Louis-Pittsburgh game. It'll be probably another game in about a week or so. But our definite next presentation should be coming out around Saturday-ish, and that will be the game one of the second round in the Eastern Conference. We shift to the Eastern Conference for the Bulls and the Hawks. So Popovich has finished talking it over with his crews, and the troops come back out for some more battles. It doesn't look like Popovich or Kerr have made any changes with their lineups, and it looks like the same five will stay in. Just about 3 minutes through the third quarter, Warriors leading by 19, 55-36. As Boban Marjanovic will have the job of throwing it in from the sidelines, he's got his counterpart at the big man, Zaza Pachulia, guarding him. He gets it in, but it's tipped by Thompson. Thompson saves it, but he throws it into LaMarcus Aldridge. Not the best of passes from Marjanovic. Now Tony Parker, top of the key, calls for a screen, doesn't get it. He gives it to LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge spin away jumper, sinks it beautifully, and now Steve Kerr wants to have a conversation. Aldridge put that one in nicely, so it's a 17-point game, 8:57 left in the third. We'll be back. Something big we want to mention, because we didn't even mention it, Manu Ginobili is back in. We said he's back in, but remember he went to the locker room at the end of the second quarter with KD shaken up from that injury. Him and KD and Dwayne Dedmon all got tied up. Ginobili's in there. He looks to be hobbling a little out there, but he is in the game, and Ginobili is pushing it out there. Manu taking some seats both to these timeouts. He's taking little breathers because that was a tough injury for him, and he's playing through it as this is the Spurs game trying to save their playoff chances. Curry guarded by Tony Parker, top of the key. Parker in Curry's way. Curry calling for a screen. Curry out on the left side, it's Durant. Durant left of the circle. Durant makes a nice dribble behind the back, pushes towards the free throw line. Now just outside the paint on the right side. Durant double teamed, puts one up from 14. Too strong. LaMarcus Aldridge the board. Now here comes Manu Ginobili back the other way. Aldridge now with 8 points, 5 boards. He's producing. Ginobili, wild layup, no good. Klay Thompson the rebound. Thompson running it across the timeline. Ahead to Draymond Green. Green! He's got numbers to the basket. No, LaMarcus Aldridge the rebound. Another board from the former Portland Trailblazer. Here comes Manu Ginobili back the other way for the San Antonio Spurs. Guarded by Draymond Green. Ginobili out. Right corner, it's Tony Parker. Parker guarded by Thompson. Behind him, it's Ginobili. Ginobili shot, sinks it. Long range bomb from Manu Ginobili. He looks completely healthy out there, although he's been dealing with that injury he suffered in the second quarter. Three-pointer from Ginobili. 12 points for him, 14-point game with 7:44 left in the third. Durant kicks to Curry. It's Steph Curry, guarded by Tony Parker. Curry to Kevin Durant on the right side. Durant makes a nice post move. Inside it's Pachulia. Pachulia over Marjanovic, the big center. Marjanovic with a defensive effort, forcing Pachulia to miss. Spurs trying to get a run going. They've got 5 unanswered and have the ball right here with just over 7 left in the third. Ginobili outside. You can hear the chant as Leonard gets open for 3. He can't hit. Klay Thompson the rebound. Now here comes Klay Thompson. Behind him it's Steph Curry. Kawhi Leonard is horrible today. Looks like when we did the game in game 1, he's just 1 of 7 from the field. Klay Thompson on the left side. Both Splash Brothers out behind the three-point line. Pachulia trying to post up Marjanovic. This time it looks like Pachulia will win the battle, pushing in for the lay-in on the right side off the glass. Nice one right there. And just like that, it's 57-41. The Warriors up by 16. Tony Parker guarded by Steph Curry. Marjanovic sets a screen on Curry. That allows Parker to blow right through the defense and lay it in nicely with the left-handed Euro step. Parker with 11, 57-43, and Tony Parker's really got to credit that shot to Marjanovic's screen on Curry. Parker wouldn't have had any chance of getting to the basket if it weren't for that pick Marjanovic set. As Thompson gets open from 14, he sinks from right outside the paint. Klay Thompson is on fire, 18 points overall. He's already hit a trifecta of baskets since coming out of the break as we're halfway through the third. 5:59 left in the third quarter. Warriors up by 16. Now here's Tony Parker. Parker kicks Ginobili. Ginobili, left wing three, in and out. Pachulia the rebound, and here comes Kevin Durant. Durant pushing it up past the timeline. He's got it between the circles at the Oracle Arena logo. Past the three-point line, inside. Pachulia out on the side. Out to Thompson on the wing. Thompson drops another three-point bomb. Thompson is 2 for 2 from long range here in the third quarter, and Greg Popovich needs to talk it over. Just as it looked like the Spurs were turning it around, it's Klay Thompson and the Warriors say otherwise. 5:36 left in the third in Game 7, and just like that, the Warriors are back up 19. We'll be back. Some changes for both teams. Let's just go through the new groups because that would be easier than saying who everyone came out, because it looks like 8 of the 10 that were in have gone to the bench. Spurs, Kawhi Leonard, the lone starter that remains in us. It's Ricky Arcidiacono, Danny Green, Kawhi Leonard, David Lee, and Bernard James, the 5 in for San Antonio. As for the Dubs, Sean Livingston, Andre Iguodala coming off the bench to replace the Splash Brothers at the 1 and 2. Kevin Durant remains in at the 3. He's had a good job as the swingman today. With Kevon Looney at the power forward, and at the 5, it's Dwayne Dedmon. Ginobili now getting his ankle looked at on the sideline once again. We'll see if he comes back in. The Spurs need him if they want to start a late rally. Kawhi Leonard with the ball. Behind him, it's Danny Green. Danny Green back to Richie Arcidiacono. Steve Kerr calling some shots from the sidelines, as is Popovich. 5 to shoot. Danny Green behind him, Arcidiacono. The rookie has to throw one up from way beyond the three-point line, but he sinks it anyway, even with the hands of Kevin Durant, a former MVP, in his face. The pressure isn't facing Ricky Arcidiacono today. That's his first 3. And just like that, it is 62-46 with 4:54 to go. Now Iguodala to Sean Livingston on the top of the key. Livingston around back Iguodala. Iguodala tries a 3 of his own. He can't sink it. Kawhi Leonard, the man who had 17 boards in their last game, gets the rebound. Not as much success in the rebounding game for him today, as Leonard has only racked up 3 boards. He also has 2 points, 3 assists in the block, and now he's got the ball on the right side. Behind him, Arcidiacono. Arcidiacono tries another 3, too strong there. Kevin Durant the rebound. Here comes Durant. It's a 3-on-3 even break. He's slowed down by Danny Green. Puts up a fadeaway 3. No. Looney there for the rebound, and the Warriors will get a second chance. Iguodala behind at the top of the key. Iguodala kicks to Durant. Durant jukes, gets past Leonard. Now behind him, Iguodala. Andre sets up again for 3, no, and Dedmon gets the rebound. They'll have a third opportunity on this possession. Livingston pivots. Looney top of the key. He thinks about a 3, decides better of it. The power forward playing point guard right now, trying to set up a play. He finds Livingston on the left side. Back Looney behind the three-point line, 8 to shoot. Now Livingston, Looney, they're passing it around, just 5 to shoot. Looney tries to get into the paint. Durant loses the ball. Durant saves it, throws one up as the shot clock expires. No, Dedmon, another rebound. 4th opportunity, 3:40 to go in the third. The Warriors have had the ball for 50 seconds. Iguodala to Kevon Looney, the top of the key, back down to 12 on the shot clock. Durant guarded by Leonard. Durant trying to make a nice post move. Now back to Kevon Looney. Looney to Iguodala, corner 3, sinks it. And the Warriors are back up 19. That is a momentum killer. The Warriors drain out that possession for a solid minute. They had the ball for 1 minute and 4 seconds from 4:32 to 3:28. They got 4 opportunities. Iguodala put up 4 shots in the span, and eventually Andre was successful, hitting that one from the great beyond, and the Warriors lead by 19. Iguodala with 8. And just like that, I'd be worried if I was a Spurs fan, because it is not looking good right now for San Antonio. After that wild possession, Ricky Arcidiacono trying to get the Spurs back intact here, bringing the ball up the court. Arcidiacono calling a play. Looks like he might be calling for a screen. He finds Leonard on the left side. Leonard pivots, guarded by Durant. Leonard to Arcidiacono. Arcidiacono steps into a shot from the free throw line. He sinks it. Looked like a little contact. No foul. Arcidiacono hits it anyway. His second bucket of the quarter. 2:50 to go here in the third. Warriors up 17. Durant guarded by Leonard. Dedmon sets a screen. Durant inside now. Dedmon's got the ball, and he collides hard with Kawhi Leonard. And both of them are shaken up after that, it looks like. Looks like Leonard took the worst of that. Both of them, they collided hard right there. And Leonard went for a ride, and Dedmon takes his second hard fall in as many quarters. That was quite the slap from the former Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, seriously, he took quite the shot right there. Dedmon took it right clear in the face. Looks like Dwayne is all right. But, I mean, that is not the type of collision you'd want. Dedmon went down hard, but he does get up just fine, and he's pumped that he got the foul called. Leonard was also relatively slow to get up, and he is not too happy with the call, though, I mean, no one to blame but himself. It's amazing he ended up falling down on that play, too. They both look all right, though. And 2 shots coming for Dedmon. It looks like substitutions will come here with 2:45 left. Rims out on the first free throw, changes for both teams. Leonard and Bernard James to the bench. Tony Parker and LaMarcus Aldridge replace them for the Spurs. As for the Warriors, Klay Thompson will replace Kevin Durant. Thompson's had a big quarter. He's all rested up. Everyone else remained in. Dedmon tries to convert from the line this time. First point of the day for Dwayne, and it's an 18-point game. Spurs need to start a rally, and maybe having Tony Parker in at point guard, along with Aldridge and Arcidiacono, who's been shooting well, could start a run. They need to get it probably to at least 12 to have any sort of chance before this end of this third quarter. Arcidiacono to Lee on the left side. Shoots it, rattles it home. David Lee, even as a veteran, now becoming a bench player rather than a starter. More of the power forward than a center these days. And David Lee still produces just as well. 16-point game. Iguodala to Kevon Looney. Looney double-teamed. Now it's Iguodala on the left side. Iguodala dribbles inside. Klay Thompson tips it in. Nice pass, and Thompson taps it in off the glass. 10 of 16 from the field, 23 points, 3 of 4 from long range. Klay Thompson having a huge day. He's one of the reasons the Warriors have been so successful here in Game 7, under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Danny Green fires one from the left side. No cigar on the three-pointer. Now Lee fires it out to Arcidiacono. Arcidiacono to Aldridge. Aldridge with a touch pass shot, and it goes in. Aldridge also shooting pretty well. 5 of 8 overall from the field. 10 points for LaMarcus. Thompson dishes to Iguodala. Iguodala makes a nice spin move. Gets to the paint. Ball tipped. Stolen Danny Green. Here come the Spurs. Green to Tony Parker. Everyone running back. And Parker finds Danny Green wide open for 3. And Green will drop that one. And the Spurs cut it to 13 with a 1:13 to go here in the third. They are still lurking. Iguodala guarded by Danny Green. Manu's pumped on the sidelines. He wants to get in there, but he's really damaged that ankle, it looks like. And he's is in obvious pain on the sidelines, but he's also cheering on his team. Iguodala with just 2 to shoot. Behind him, Thompson. Thompson fade away as the shot clock expires. No, Looney the rebound. Here we go again. Sean Livingston to Iguodala. Will this go for chances like last time. Andre Iguodala guarded by Danny Green. Iguodala tries to cross him up. Inside Dedmon. Behind him Iguodala. Iguodala passes out to Livingston. 7 to shoot. Back Iguodala. Iguodala a 3. He sinks it. Iguodala has ended 2 long possessions with 3-point blasts. He's got 11. And the Warriors are back up 16. 25 seconds. 7 seconds separate shot and game clock. Here's Arcidiacono. 12 to shoot. He's got it on the right side between the circles. Arcidiacono to Tony Parker. Straight on towards the basket. Now dribbles left. Just 5 to shoot. Parker way back there. Now he's going to push into the paint. Parker draws the contact on Dedmon. Nearly gets the shot to go. But a foul is called anyway on Dedmon. His first. And Tony will go to the line for 2. Both teams have a whole bunch of changes, it looks like, in the stoppage. As Parker sinks the first. At least 4 just came in for the Warriors. With just 10 seconds left, we're not really going to worry about going through everybody who just came in and went out, because there are just a ton of changes with just the final few seconds of the third quarter still to tick by. Parker sinks the second 14-point game. Here's Steph Curry. He's back in. 6 seconds. Shot clock off. Curry behind the back. Spin move. Into the paint. Layup. No good. Aldridge the rebound. That'll end the third. But Curry just absolutely schooled Tony Parker. Curry with a spin move breaks the ankles of Tony Parker, and then he can't get by LaMarcus Aldridge. But that will end the third quarter. Spurs are still in reach. It's just a 14-point game as we start the fourth quarter here on WUB Network's presentation of Game 7, the NBA Western Conference first round. We'll be back. Fourth quarter underway. Tony Parker to Kyle Anderson on the left side, guarded by the rookie Patrick McCaw. Anderson with it, 12 to shoot. Anderson to Kawhi Leonard on the right side. Leonard puts up a jumper from 16, hooks it doesn't go. Steph Curry the rebound. Curry, Thompson, McCaw, Draymond Green, and Greg Stiesma, the 5 for the Warriors. Spurs going with Tony Parker, Arcidiacono, Kyle Anderson, Kawhi Leonard, and Boban Marjanovic. Here's Steph Curry on the left side. He made that nice move to end the third. Now he dribbles out to the free throw line, guarded by Kyle Anderson. Now there's a mismatch with Tony Parker on McCaw as the 3 shifts onto Steph Curry, the point guard. Just 5 to shoot. Curry trying to get in on Kyle Anderson. He makes a nice pivot move. Ball tipped by Kyle Anderson. He almost grabs it, but the shot clock violation's first. I think that actually hurts the Spurs because if he had grabbed that in time, the Spurs wouldn't really have to worry about not scoring because Anderson would have had a clear path on the fast break to the basket, just couldn't secure it in time. And the Spurs will take over from the sideline as LaMarcus Aldridge will replace Kyle Anderson. Arcidiacono out, Manu Ginobili in, limping on that ankle. Durant comes in for Patrick McCaw. So every starter is in right now for each team except Zaza Pachulia's on the bench with Greg Stiesma in at the center. But really, the Warriors have 3 centers that are all starting caliber. Leonard inside, Parker, nice pass, and the Spurs cut it to a dozen. 11:06 to go, and the Spurs starting a full-court press early here in the fourth. Ginobili guarding Thompson. Trying to trap Thompson before he can get to the timeline, but he makes it with about a second to spare. Now it's Steph Curry, top of the key. Curry tries to push through. Behind him, Durant. Durant thinks about a 3 way out there, decides better of it. Greg Stiesma inside, over Marjanovic. Hook shot is good from Stiesma, and Greg is on the board. 14-point game. Now here's Manu Ginobili, back the other way. Ginobili, you see, moving very gingerly. Now LaMarcus Aldridge backs in. Shot is good from the elbow. Aldridge over Draymond Green makes it look easy. 12 on 6 of 9 shooting. Now Steph Curry trying to get to the timeline, and Tony Parker's going to get in his way. Is he going to make it? He does, just barely. The shot clock just hit 16, which is 8 seconds, just as his left foot crossed that line. Now Klay Thompson kicks the ball, grabs it, no kicked ball violation called. Now here's Draymond Green, just 5 to shoot. He's trapped behind the 3-point line. Aldridge in his face. Green throws up a long bomb. No, Stiesma the rebound, and Stiesma puts it in again with 9:52 to go. Greg Stiesma looking good out there. He's got back-to-back buckets. And these second chance points are what are really killing the Spurs. Of course, that 4-chance possession where the Warriors got almost a minute and a half off the clock. And then they've had a couple second chances that they've converted. Like right there as Stiesma got it in, his second bucket of the quarter. 14-point game. Spurs just need to get defensive stops. Their shooting is much better right now. Ginobili top of the key. Just 5 to shoot. He's guarded by Klay Thompson. He's all the way out there. Breaks Thompson's ankles, but he can't get the shot to go. Aldridge the rebound. Now Ginobili gets it back. Dribbles to the paint. Floater is good. Manu Ginobili. Even though he's really shaken up, Manu Ginobili is making some incredible plays out there. Manu with a massive ankle breaker and Klay Thompson. And Manu hangs on to make an incredible play. And he ends up getting back. Even though the shot was off, he was way out there. He almost got that in. LaMarcus Aldridge was there to back him up. And Klay Thompson wasn't able to get back on his man. And Manu was able to get to the basket and hit the floater off the glass. Manu's always been one of the best at working the glass, and he utilized that skill right there. It's back to a dozen. Stiesma to Thompson on the right side. Thompson guarded by Ginobili. 9-10 left in the fourth. Now Thompson trying to get past Ginobili. He just gets the pass across to Curry. Spurs press is looking really good out there. Draymond Green guarded by Aldridge to the paint. Green over Aldridge. No! Off the back iron. Aldridge the rebound. Spurs can cut it to 10 here. Here comes Tony Parker out to Ginobili left side. Ginobili backs in. Now Ginobili guarded by Durant. Back to Boban Marjanovic, who thinks about a jumper from way out there. No. Ginobili, 8 to shoot. Ginobili trying to get to the paint. Just 4 to shoot. Ginobili guarded by Durant. Ginobili dribbles in. Puts up a layup at the basket as the shot clock expires. Rolls around, no good. Durant the rebound. Now here come the Warriors. Durant to Curry. Curry to the basket. Yes. And the Warriors are up by 14 with 8:22 to go. Steph Curry now with 12. Not having a big day scoring-wise, but he's done a lot for these Warriors. Defensively, in the rebounding game, he's got 5 boards. As Boban Marjanovic top of the key. At the three-point line, Parker out to Aldridge. Aldridge on the left side is back Tony Parker at the three-point line. Parker from the free throw line to the right side is Ginobili. Shot rims out. Draymond Green the rebound. Here comes Steph Curry. Under 8 minutes to go. Curry to Durant. Durant guarded by Leonard. What a great matchup. It's been a great matchup all 7 games of the series. Curry open for 3. Splash. Curry gets the Warriors back up 17 with 7:42 to go. And the Spurs, they had that rally going. And over the last minute, the Warriors have played the rally-killing role, hitting 3 consecutive buckets. Now Leonard to Marjanovic, out to Ginobili. Ginobili from the three-point line, he sinks it. Ginobili gets it right back with a 3 of his own. He's got 16. He's hit a pair from long range in the second half. Now Curry double-teamed by Parker and Aldridge, trying to get it across. He just barely does again. And now Steve Kerr decides he does want to talk it over just as Curry gets it across. I don't know if he realized Curry did get it across, because that might have been a reason for calling the timeout. Each guy has 3 timeouts left. Popovich and Kerr can still use them pretty easily because they have a lot left. 7:15 left in the fourth quarter. Warriors up 80-66. This game's been exciting. We really hope the start of the second round this weekend with the Bulls and Hawks game 1 will be just as exciting. So the press has been what's working for the Spurs. That defensive press, they are really catching the Warriors off guard, and the Warriors are actually having issues getting it across. As changes for both teams, Richie Arcidiacono will replace Tony Parker at the point guard. For the Warriors, they'll go to the starting lineup with Pachulia coming in for Greg Stiesma. But that is an odd decision with 7:15 left, putting Tony Parker on the bench for Arcidiacono. You'd think maybe they'd bring him in for Ginobili with that tender ankle now. Curry makes a nice move on Arcidiacono, and just like that, that shows the punishment for having Ricky in the game, as Steph Curry, the veteran, messes up the rookie's defensive play and gets the easy lay-in. As a result, 16-point game. Now Arcidiacono guarded by Curry. He wants to get him back. Now double-teamed. He finds Ginobili. Ginobili, three-pointer. No, yes, but they'll say foot on the line. Originally announced a 3, they'll say it's a 2. 18 points for Ginobili. At least 12 of those have come from after he was injured. Inside to Thompson. Yes, and the foul. Durant, a full court pass to Thompson in the paint, and Thompson gets knocked down by Ginobili, gets the shot and the foul called on Manu, and Thompson will have a chance for 3 and to get the Warrior lead to 17 with 6:43 left to elapse, and he does it successfully. Thompson has 26 points. Now here comes Ginobili for San Antonio, trailing by 17. Ginobili guarded by Thompson. Now it's Aldridge inside. Nice move on Draymond Green. Lay-in is perfect and silky smooth for LaMarcus. 12 of LaMarcus's 14 have come from inside the paint. Now Steph Curry, guarded by Arcidiacono. Marjanovic there on the phone in the press as well, but Curry gets it across a little easier this time to Kevin Durant on the left side. Durant guarded by Leonard. Curry sets a screen. Now back Steph Curry on the left side. Curry, Leonard tries to strip the ball. No, now Arcidiacono's problem is Steph Curry. Curry trying to get to the paint, out of bounds. Arcidiacono forces Curry out of bounds. A little bit of words exchanged between the two as the Spurs take over. Curry not happy with Ricky Arcidiacono, who said something to him that did not make Curry too pleased. Now Manu Ginobili with the ball. Halfway through the fourth. 6 minutes left in Game 7 in the first round of the NBA playoffs. LaMarcus Aldridge guarded by Durant. Aldridge inside. Puts up the shot over Durant. Nobody does draw the foul. That shot was pretty bad. I think Durant's contact threw him off as LaMarcus will go to the line. Pretty decent free throw shooter for a big man. 86% this year. He is good at the free throw line, and he sinks the first right there to prove that. 14-point game. Tony remains on the bench. Manu remains in for San Antonio. Aldridge sinks both, switching them both home here at Oracle. 13-point game. Now Thompson to Curry. Curry gets it across. Now Curry going to the paint. Inside it's Pachulia. Over Arcidiacono at the basket. Marjanovic shifted to guard Curry, and Curry made the nice pass to Pachulia, and nobody except for Boban had any chance of stopping him. 15-point lead. Now here is Arcidiacono on the right side at the Oracle Arena logo. To the left corner, it's Kawhi Leonard. Leonard across his body to Marjanovic behind him at the three-point line. Now Leonard right side. Leonard trying to push it up on Durant. Leonard shot blocked by KD. Now here's Zaza Pachulia to Kevin Durant. Durant back the other way. KD. Pick set by Pachulia. Pachulia now gets the ball on the left side, trying to push through against Aldridge. Trying to make a spin move, just 6 to shoot. Gets it back Durant. Left wing, Durant steps in, now steps back. Steps in again. Spin away, jumper is good from the corner. Some heroic efforts here by the Warriors, most notably Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant. Big plays in the second half. Warriors just about sealing it up 17 with 4:42 to go. This becomes nothing but threes now for the Spurs. Arcidiacono throws one up on the run. No. Marjanovic the rebound. Marjanovic will just put it back easily with nobody in front of him. 15-point game, and now Marjanovic guarding Pachulia as he tries to throw it in. Still 3 timeouts. Kerr can waste one if he wants. Durant guarded by Leonard. Durant just barely gets it across the timeline. They could have called it backcourt. I think his right foot slipped back behind the line when he was guarded by Leonard. Now Durant, he's still got the ball on the right side. Now pivots, takes a big step, finds Pachulia, back Durant, 4 to shoot. Durant now on the right side, fadeaway jumper off the glass. No, Aldridge the rebound, 4 minutes to go. Here comes Manu Ginobili back the other way. Aldridge now a double-double, 16 and 10. Ginobili puts up a 3 in and out. That one nearly went in. That was big. Pachulia the rebound. Here comes Klay Thompson. Thompson to Curry. Curry inside. Here is Steph Curry. Step back 3. No. Kawhi Leonard, yes, with the rebound. 3:35 to go. Still a 15-point deficit for the Spurs to try to erase. Arcidiacono open in the right corner. 3-pointer short. Durant the rebound. That one Ginobili had that went in, rolled around, and then came back out is really going to hurt these Spurs. They could have gotten on a big run if they had hit that one. Draymond Green now back to Curry. Curry out to Thompson. Just 5 to shoot. Thompson on the right side into the paint out to Durant. Durant jumper left side, sinks it. Warriors up 17, and that's pretty much the nail in the coffin with 3:01 to go. Durant with 18, 5, and 6. and the Warriors lead 91-74 as we are under the 3-minute mark. Arcidiacono outside Leonard, back Arcidiacono, top of the key, and just like that, he hits a three from about 5 feet behind the line. Arcidiacono has 10 and has hit 3 shots here in the second half. Curry guarded by Ricky. Ricky and Curry exchanged words a couple minutes ago. Can Curry get it across the timeline? He does beat the rookie and gets it across. Curry right side, calling for a screen. He finds Draymond Green on the wing. Green pump fakes, just 5 to shoot. Green back Curry. Curry gets open, right corner, in and out for him from long range. Ginobili the rebound. Ginobili hobbling as he brings the ball up the court. He finds Arcidiacono, 2:10 to go. The Spurs still playing like they have a chance, but it might just be too little too late, especially since Arcidiacono's holding the ball for so long. Now he finds Leonard to Aldridge, 6 to shoot. Aldridge inside, finds Marjanovic. Marjanovic out to Leonard. Leonard makes a nice move, dribbles in. Free throw line, Jay is no good. Marjanovic tried to slam it back home, but Pachulia got the rebound before Marjanovic could do anything with that ball. Under 2 minutes to go. Durant with the ball on the left side. KD out to Steph Curry. Curry sidesteps on Arcidiacono. Now here's Steph Curry trying to get to the paint. Curry trying to push in, just 3 to shoot. Curry backs out to the three-point line. Can he throw up a signature one? Yes, he does! Splash for Steph Curry. And now he's got 20. Steph Curry trying to show off right there as he sinks that one home. And the Warriors lead by 17 with 1:29 to go, and that will just about seal it up. Spurs make... Both teams have gone with entirely new groups. Spurs with Mills, Danny Green, Kyle Anderson, David Lee, and Bernard James. And the Warriors going with Livingston, DeLone Wright, McCaw, Stiesba, and Dedmon, which shows the Spurs realize this is it. The Spurs looked like they were going to be at least a 6 seed, but a late losing streak pushed them back to the 8 seed and forced them to have to play the Warriors. They fought hard throughout the series and forced it to Game 7 against the best team in the NBA, but in the end, the Splash Brothers are going to be the ones who outlast them. Thompson with 26, Curry with 20, Durant added 18, Iguodala with 11 off the bench. And because of that, the Warriors are not going to go down. And off the inbound, the ball is stolen by Sean Livingston to McCaw. Patrick McCaw to the basket, and he throws it down with 2 hands. Right off that inbound, McCaw comes back the other way as the Warriors get it up to 19, and now it's just time to celebrate because the Warriors know the next task at hand will be the Utah Jazz. Here's Patty Mills on the left side. Mills to David Lee. David Lee pivots, trying to get in on Dedmon, 1:08 to go. David Lee. Behind him, Anderson. Now it's back to Mills. Mills throws it up from long range. No, but David Lee powers it home. Lee just threw that down with a monster jam. David Lee, a lot of things the Spurs now will have to think about with the season coming to an end. Every year, the question is, will Greg Popovich come back? That question will be answered soon. Will Manu Ginobili end his career? He suffered a bad injury in this one, and he played through it. How much damage does he have? Will Tony Parker be back? A lot of questions. We know Aldridge and Leonard will still be here, as DeLone Wright can't hit the shot 34 seconds. Here comes Patty Mills back the other way for San Antonio. So the winner of the Warrior-Jazz series will play the winner of the Clipper-Rocket series for the Western Conference Finals. David Lee spins in. No, Bernard James the rebound. Now the Spurs, too late, getting second chances and converting them a couple second chance points in a row. 17 seconds, though. Warriors up 96-81, and Sean Livingston will be responsible for dribbling out the final 10 seconds. He'll stand there, and the Golden State Warriors will be heading to the second round. A standing ovation. You can hear the cheers, and the Golden State Warriors have gotten past the San Antonio Spurs in 7, and will be to play the Utah Jazz in the second round. It was a hard-fought game. Klay Thompson with a huge evening, and in the end, The Warriors were just too much for the San Antonio Spurs. We hope you enjoyed this presentation of the NBA. Our next one will be Game 1 of the second round between the Bulls and the Hawks. Keep your eyes peeled for that. For everyone here at WUB Network, I'm Eddie Kalegi saying goodbye.